for the technical issues. We just had a technical challenge at the moment, but we're here. As we always promise, we are here. We still seek again to just be here with you and make sure we do our work. Either way, we are thankful to have all of you on board. This is the second session of the LinkedIn Clinic. And what happens today is actually we'll be going through some two what are they called, LinkedIn profiles, or better LinkedIn links by Samuel and Nekesa, if I'm not wrong. And we are happy to actually have you guys on board. Oh, thank you. I see you guys already joining, so thank you. That's very encouraging. So we'll be doing this just as fast as possible so that we also don't waste your time. We are the ones who got in late, but we'll make sure to utilize your time accordingly. That said, I think we'll get to work. Eve, our favorite, it seems now. You're back by too many popular demands. You know,
Yeah, okay.
it's pretty weird. Pretty weird, but thank you for joining us again. And Eve, maybe before we even continue, the first thing I would like to ask you, so far, how have you seen LinkedIn change other people's lives? Not yours, other people's lives.
I've seen LinkedIn change people's lives in a very drastical way, because not only even in business opportunities. I remember there's one friend of mine who did an article for, she had a passion. She used to work for an NGO world, but she had a passion for the blind, and she did an article on looking for funding, and she said if she could get a partner who could actually fund that initiative, she even know where the groups are, she could actually do the need assessment herself. And you'll be surprised, a very recognized institution reached out to her, and she practically got the funding. Not even that, out of that, because of building credibility, which started just as a small article, it made her even get more opportunities. She's currently running her own NGO. She moved completely from employment. Yes.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah, that's big.
That's
Yes.
pretty big.
Yes, and so she just studied the market, and I keep on saying is that we have skills, and that's why I am a strong believer when I talk about tell your story, because it's what you're seeing that someone else is not seeing. So when you give that story and you brand yourself properly, trust you me, someone will see that and they'll reach out to you.
Oh, great. So what I think maybe in summary, because I think you covered most of these things also last time with Jane, what
Yes.
might you have a listing of what exactly people need to do to make their LinkedIn optimized?
One, first of all, it starts with a very professional photo, because LinkedIn is because that's the first thing that is seen. That's your digital footprint, as I said, because the first thing that you see, the difference between a CV when you're applying for a job and the LinkedIn is that you have an opportunity to showcase your own photo. So the first thing is have a professional photo, which is very, very important. Then the second thing, the headlines really need to stand out in terms of what you want to penetrate in terms of the market. Probably you want to be, probably you would want to venture into, let's say, social media, or let's say you want to get an opportunity or even get a funding from a certain field. Maybe you want to deal with HIV or something. You can actually just put in there dealing with the vulnerable groups or something. It's something that is going to talk to the people you are intending to. So you have to be very, very intentional. I keep on saying that. So a very good professional photo, then your signature that's upon it. Like for instance, when you look at, let's say someone in finance, would put maybe cash flow budgeting at the top, because when we are looking for a finance professional, that's what we are going to be looking for. If it's business yes.
Even as we continue, sorry to rudely interrupt, but even as we continue, are you saying if I put a picture of myself and my family, that's not professional enough?
I think I I mean, I think I'll have reservations on that. Probably when you can post a photo with your family, but probably when you're sharing a post, maybe there's a message you want to share. Like, for instance, when COVID happened, and probably you posted a photo, and most people probably, you also have to ask yourself, what are you trying to communicate? Like, for instance, if you post a photo with your family, and probably you say, if there's a strong rock that has had me beside me when I'm working from home is my family, then you post that photo. It makes sense, but not your profile photo, not the profile photo that when someone is looking to reach out to a professional, they just see you in your family. Because there's also an analogy, or rather a narrative that goes around that when you look to have a family is that when you look responsible. I think I beg to differ that. I beg a lot to differ with that. Yes. So let's separate issues here.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry. So now you can continue with the list. I think you started with a picture.
Yes.
Please continue with the rest. Sorry.
Yeah. So now the signatures, like for instance, when the first page, you talk about now, like for instance, the key competencies and now the current position that you are in. Then when you go down again, then now there's the bio. What do you want people to see? In terms of your technical expertise. Now should be your objective. Like, what are you looking for in the market? What message? Because every message that you send out has to have a meaning. There must be, as I said, you must be very intentional on what you want to send across. You can't start giving a lot of things that are not communicating to the people you want to reach out, them to reach out to you. That's one. So your bio need to be very, very clear in terms of it's just like a CV, it's your objective. Like for instance, you've been working with executives, or if you're an intern, you're looking for probably for an opportunity where you could learn and develop your skills. Because remember, in every job that you are hired for different for different attributes. So when you want to get an opportunity as an intern, basically you want to get hired. The most intentional thing that you're supposed to be communicating to the hiring managers. Are you still there? Wahika, are you still there?
Hello, Eve.
Yes, you're back. You had disappeared.
Oh, don't worry. At least we can still see you. So please just continue. Don't worry.
Yes. So So when you are probably joining, probably you are an intern, you want to communicate to the hiring managers that you have a teachable spirit. So you reach out. You can even talk about what your bio, how you've contributed, if you are in campus, or you've contributed in various clubs. So be very, very intentional. If you're in the C-suite again, what are you trying to communicate to the audience? If you're in the C-suite, you're trying to communicate that you've been able to do this and this in a catchy way that will just want someone to reach out to you.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes. So then again, okay, yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
Then now we go to the roles, now to the various companies. Again, and it's a message I keep on sending to any person who wants to make a career transition, or someone, even personal branding. As you remember, the last time when we were talking with Jane, when he said that organizations don't want to just hire people who are doers. Organizations are hiring people because you're coming to add value. And it's a mistake I've actually seen in most LinkedIn. You're just sitting, doing. So in fact, one of my bosses actually states that you want to lock yourself in a box. So it's about it's you need to show the value you're adding. Like for instance, if at all you are, let's say, a business development manager, what does that mean? So what kind how many business did you create? How did you penetrate the market? So because they want to see a value add. Then again, the other one is on, so you keep on saying doing. You're not saying what you have, how you've impacted, how you've added value. And then you go down and the school, you're not clear which school. You've not even put a badge, because most schools have a badge in terms of, for instance, where you studied, you'll always find a badge for that school. Then again, I've also seen a mistake in terms of volunteering. You're not stating what did you volunteer on. If you are an intern, which skills did you acquire at that place? So you don't even take time to have skills, the skills showcased on your LinkedIn profile.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
So you've talked. Let me see just the things you've actually talked about. So one,
Mm.
you've talked about the picture, profile picture, I believe.
Yeah. Yes.
Profile picture. What is the second one, so that we can do a quick summary for everybody?
So profile picture, your bio, it's not clear. You're not communicating to your audience. What? Because you're communicating. Remember, you're selling something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to have a why. Then the other thing is on the roles that you indicate. You indicate roles in a manner that you just show you are a doer, not a value add.
Interesting. So,
Yeah,
but that also means indicate clear roles.
yes, clear roles. Even if you are doing, for instance, let's say, let me give an example now, maybe for instance with HR or human capital, for instance, or even any other field. Let me just give an example with HR. For instance, the key functions of HR, let's say, is learning and development, and maybe, for instance, attracting and retaining employees, or let's say something to do with performance management. So that's the key function. So how did you add value? You can state, even if you're at the entry level, supported performance management that in the organization that that improved employee morale by a certain percentage, that improved
Okay.
the employee engagement by a certain percentage. Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's created the performance-based culture in the organization.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're a business development manager, I was able to prospect certain clients that increased revenue by a certain percentage. You don't have to say the numbers, just a percentage. I mean, quantify it. So that shows you are a value add. You're not just a doer.
Okay, so without further ado, I think we should go actually to the LinkedIn profiles that we for the people who want today. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, reach out to us. We're waiting to hear from you. The hashtag is the future of work. Just as I've said it, the future of work. One word. Hashtag. You know the hashtag symbol. The future of work. We are waiting to hear your comments. Sami Thiongo Kibe, I already see you online. You're saying thank you, sir. Learning a lot. Jerry, I also see you. You're saying thank you so much. This is meaningful to us. And wow, we already have 32 people on board. Actually, guys, please comment. We want to hear from you. If you have questions, we want them today, not tomorrow. Today, while Eve is still here. But Eve is not charging us for this. So let me clarify that. She's doing this out of the goodness of her heart. So please, Wakenya, let's milk this thing. You know how we love free things. So don't pretend you guys don't love free things. Let's milk this thing while it's here. Eve, so let's go to the sessions. You can share your screen for everybody to see.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
So
you're starting with Neptune.
yes, that's, I think, the first one that has come. I think
That's okay. That's okay.
unconscious biasness because she's a HR.
Okay, okay. You can maximize your screen so everybody can see it properly.
Absolutely. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So, ladies and
Is that
gentlemen,
fine?
yeah, perfect. It's okay. Works for us. If it
Okay,
works
that's
for
fine.
you, it also works for us. I think everybody can see it properly, so it's okay.
Okay. Can I start now?
By all means.
Okay, so first of all, coming from the field that I am, I always say that feedback makes us grow. And when you don't know, when you're not given feedback, then you are probably never going to grow. So let's start first of all with a photo. You see that kind of photo? I think it's not professional. First of all, I can't see her. I can't see the way she's very far. I mean, you need a photo that I can actually put, like, I'll imagine if I was to do a virtual interview with you, because now most interviews are going online. I can actually put a face even before I even invite you for an interview. That's one. So the photo, even the way she's holding her, I mean, the posture, like, it looks like, I mean, this is a good photo for Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. This one is not for a professional network as
Interesting.
your profile photo.
Interesting.
Mm.
You may continue.
Yeah, so the other one now, this is the part I was talking about, the HR and administration officer at Panafric Logistics. You see now, when you go to, when you're on your left, you see already we have Panafric that automatically where you're currently working will always appear on the top. You don't have to put it there on top. So HR, what you need here is now the signatures in HR. You can talk about human resource. Then again, then you slash it with what do you call that thing? It's called I don't know the term to use it.
Cropping.
It's not cropping. I don't know. It's a slash or it's a slash that divides now the competencies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a slash, a forward
Yeah.
slash.
Yeah, a forward slash. So you slash that, then you can put employee relations, or you can put recruitment and selection. Then you slash it again. Then you put HR best practices. Then you put something that if I search for a HR, even today I was to search for this lady, I don't think she'll even appear among the top 5.
Oh, wow.
I can guarantee you for a fact.
That's harsh,
So those
but
are
what it is.
Yes, yeah, that's the truth, because I actually did it practically, and there are mistakes also as a professional. I also did. I mean, the kind of photo when I was getting into LinkedIn was something someone had to give me that harsh feedback, which actually, I mean, worry not for it, I wouldn't be where I am in terms of my career, because as I keep on saying, I've gotten 3 jobs from LinkedIn.
Amazing.
Yeah. So let's go down. So you need to have the best practices, just align with your profession. What are the key competencies you know that if I'm looking for a HR officer or an administration officer, I'll come for you.
Okay. So I
Yes.
also noticed, and maybe this is my question. I
Yes.
see her profile photo, but I don't see background photo on the full LinkedIn background placement.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, is that important?
It's important. It's any way that will increase your visibility, even better, Wahiga. Even anyway, as long as you are communicating. I keep on saying your why really, really, really should matter.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
So you can go down. Am I the one scrolling?
Yes, you're the one scrolling. Thank you.
Okay. So we go down. Then I don't know how I'm supposed to scroll. Let me just we got, can you see it now?
Yes. We're okay.
Yes.
We're okay.
Yes. So now you see, like for instance, now what are your top skills? So the skills you never mentioned here, where I was talking about, where you are talking about the slashing the competencies. This should there's nothing even here. You can see there's no bio. I mean, it's completely off. There should be a bio saying HR done this and that. I mean, task. I mean, without an objective. I mean, it needs to. It's as I say, it's a CV that is online. It's your digital CV.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no bio there. That miss out, and that can really disadvantage someone. Then we go. So even now the bio here just slightly. Then here now you come in and dig deeper. Like you actually now giving into detail, because you have characters that can allow you to write even more. So anyway, she's talked about, I'm a passionate, committed, and determined HR journalist, coupled with administrative skills, an empathetic listener, and a critical thinker who drives human capital to the success of the organization. How do you do that? This is something that should have come to at the end. You should have started like tasked as a HR assisting, or you need to speak the language of the industry you are in. This should have actually come at yes. You need to speak the language that you're in the industry in, yeah, because yeah, that will really make you stand out.
Interesting.
Activities, I can see she's quite here. She's doing quite well. I can see she's also a very big fan of future of work, meaning it's been adding value to her. Let me see what she's been. Let's see here what activities are. Let's see. She's been. I mean, she's a very big fan of future of work. I think let's just go back. Then again, let's see. Now here is now where the butter meets the rubber meets the road. If you HR policy drafting, you see, providing HR leadership to line managers for routine decision making. It's their statements, their doers. Yeah, providing HR policy. How many policies have you drafted? How has it helped in compliance? Yeah, drafted policy that help in compliance in the organization that advised management, yeah, to align with the laws of the land. So in a manner that when you put it like that, people already see that you're someone who actually offers advisory role, and you actually assist the organization in terms of getting into litigation. Providing HR leadership to line managers for routine decision making. How did you provide leadership? Were you playing an advisory role? Were you playing an employee's advocate role? Higher drive performance management by ensuring there is a robust performance appraisal system. So what did this do? Did it create a performance-based culture in the organization? Thus improved employees' productivity and a reward management system? Yeah, coordinated training and development. So what did this do? Did this improve people's performance? So it is not role play. Yeah, so you have to link that. Manage staff separation process. What did this do? Because also this comes is also with litigation. So how has that added value to the organization? So it's an aspect of doing. You are very right. All these roles are roles of HR, but they need to be adding value to the organization. So when I'm coming to you, I know that if this person comes, see, she's an expert in HR policy drafting. So she knows that if she's to do policies, they will be in line in the law. And now the company will not at risk against litigation. Leadership, how are you providing leadership? Probably you are advising managers in terms of handling disciplinary process. Probably you are advising the line managers on how to conduct interviews in a performance-based manner. It's a value add.
Interesting.
Yes. So can I keep on going?
Oh, by all means. I got nothing on you, so please continue.
All right. So the management trainee.
Even before you continue, let me tell everybody, please send in your questions. We're waiting to hear from you. The hashtag is is the future of work. So we are waiting to hear. Let's proceed. Continue.
Then we go to the management trainee. Here she's if there's an opportunity, management trainee is a very vast, it's a very high title when it's an entry level, but you're being trained to be a manager. Meaning you have trained in almost all the departments. Pan-African Logistics, I know, is a very big company. So it needs to bring out the skills that you acquired. You've not put anything. Like management trainee. So what did you learn? How did you add value? How did you contribute? Because I remember when I started as an intern, I remember even when I had to put that I was part of the newsletters committee, and I created content for the organization as much as I was, because when you are being trained as a manager, it shows that you are learning quick and you ought now to move to the next level. So which skills did you acquire here? Meaning management training also brings out the fact that you also understand the business, meaning you've rotated in almost all the departments, because these are some sort of, in my profession, this is some sort of building future leaders, because you're being trained for in all the departments so that you understand the business better. That does not come out here. So it's left this one. She should have actually gone ahead when you are. Yeah, you also need to search when you're on LinkedIn whether there is a badge for this where you can actually link it together here, so that you can be able to. We can actually, if it's a company which is well known, trust you me, they must be having a page on LinkedIn.
Neptune, I really hope you're here and putting your notes together, because this is for you, girl. Tafadhali, listen to this. And maybe something I want to ask you randomly, because I also know about it, and you could answer a yes or no, or maybe I'm using it badly. would you say that, I could be saying the wrong thing, so it's okay to correct me.
Yeah.
Recruiters use the STAR interview technique, right?
Yes.
Do you use the same technique? Can you use the same technique to profile your LinkedIn? Actually, because that's what you were talking about when you were talking about the career side and all those pages that you're talking about, where I seek to put in my career and things I've done. Is that also an easier technique to do your profile?
Absolutely, because for instance, as I said, you remember when we talked about the STAR technique, it's about finding out, you can actually phrase that it's basically the situation, the task. So you can actually, it gives you a perspective on the task you did, the action and the result that came out. Exactly what we are talking about, the value add.
Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
you can use that approach separately, and then now you ask yourself, what do you want to communicate to your audience? Because LinkedIn also has an audience.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Great.
you can actually use it.
Okay, continue, Your Honor. Continue
So
educating us.
now, so you here now on an intern. I can't say so much, but I would expect, for instance, assist the accountant in ensuring that all the 158 district partner organizations have submitted the volunteer payment forms and contracts for all the volunteers. So which skill did you acquire here? Bookkeeping, probably. You need to keep out. So here is now your learning. It shows that you learned, acquired a certain skill. So as much as you've done this, acquired a certain skill. Who was your leader? Under whose leadership? It probably was a finance manager or a chief accountant or a payroll manager. So because they also want to see that you have an aspect of learning, and probably that's why now you got this opportunity. Assist the accountant in I had not even assist the accountant in prompt filling of supporting documents in this respective file. So this is compliance. Learned a skill on compliance. It needs to come out. Learning practically the zero payment system. Absolutely, this is a skill that was acquired. That one I actually have to give it to her because this one came out. Participate with the finance department on the launch of 2012. Is this a system? If it's a system, it needs to show out that you are conversant with the ERP system, because I think this is a system that she's talking about. ALA report, especially aspect of verification, learned a skill in report writing. Yeah. It needs to bring out that aspect. Undertaking any other lawful task as may be. This sounds like you just took the job description and copy and pasted here. That's exactly what it is. So we go to education, Kenya Institute of Management.
Sorry, Eve. I'm asking because you've talked about just copy pasting my job description. Is that right or wrong?
I think it just show your copy. I actually, your job description is a guide of what you're doing. There ought to be an output. There ought to be an output on your job description, because you're not only hired to do your job, you're also hired to make sure that you also add value. Because whatever you're doing, there's an output. What is the return on investment? Like, for instance, when you're hired as an intern, you're being taught a skill so that you're able to bring out assisting an account in ensuring the partner have submitted the volunteer payment forms. This is financial management. So that's a skill. What you are learning a skill at this level, but in other levels, the JD needs to bring out the value add when you are now showcasing your roles.
Okay, noted.
Are you clear on that one?
Completely.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. So we go to Kenya Institute of Management. She's a certificate. I have no problem with that. But if there's a badge for Kenya Institute of Management, she can actually put it here, or even add a link, because I think when you have I think there must be a link. I think you see there's actually something here. She can actually follow it and find, and this scheme can actually appear on her profile. Let's go down, and I like this one, how she did on this one. Even Kenyatta University have a badge. She can actually put that. Show more education. Let me see. You see, there's one thing that I'm actually impressed about this profile is the fact that this lady was actually what would look for a HR who, because she even has a background in criminology. We have industrial issues in HR. We have employee relations where she can really add value a lot, but she's not showcasing herself properly. If today I was looking for a HR officer who's dealing with industrial relations and she has showcased herself properly, I'll actually shortlist her because of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you're actually saying this is somebody who, while looking, now that you've paid attention finally to her
Yes.
profile,
Yes.
while looking, you notice she's worth the job.
Absolutely. But I'm struggling. That's the problem. And I shouldn't struggle, because you can imagine how much I am probably looking for a skill. I don't have time to go to I'll just pick the first 5 because they showcase themselves properly. But now this is someone actually, I mean, she should have what we are looking for. Employee relations, industrial relations. This is someone who could actually add a lot of value to an organization.
Neptune, I really hope you're listening to this, because I mean, you
Mhm.
actually you are worth the job, which is a good thing, because everybody is worth a job.
Mm.
Everybody is worth pursuing a certain career, employed or not. Everybody is worth it. But Neptune, it's good to note that your LinkedIn profile does not allow people to actually revisit or review who you are. You might be missing out on so many opportunities. As Eve has already said, she doesn't have time to look through your LinkedIn. And that's amazing to know that there's so many people out there whose LinkedIn is actually denying them jobs. Guys, I hope you're listening to this. So, Eve, I would like us to finish quickly so that we go to Sammy.
To Sami,
Yeah.
volunteer here. She should have said what and general office assistant roles. Okay, she should have said this is a very good skill. Volunteered, learned a skill again. Research assistant. We are doing, as I said, research assistants also comes with analyzing of data. That's another key skill that is required in HR when it comes to people analytics. And I mean,
Wow.
I just feel like if I was hiring, I think and she'd really, I mean, she'd really stand out.
So,
So
in short, you're saying if this was the only CV you had on your table, you'd
I,
actually
I
you'd
would
hire.
actually absolutely, and
But
I'd actually
because
want to work with her.
but generally, because you have to give everybody an equal opportunity, when you have 30 CVs on your table,
Yes.
this would be the first to remove.
Yes, it will, because I'll have, first of all, I'm like, ish, this one, you'll just find yourself just filtering yourself. And especially, for instance, let's say for organization which use HRMI recruitment systems, whereby they've already put that system where it can be able to filter based on skills, and the
Oh,
skills are not coming out. You'll
okay.
be disadvantaged. So many people miss job opportunities because they fail to showcase themselves properly.
Okay, great. Don't even talk about the system today. That's another session altogether. So don't push it today.
Yes.
Okay.
So here at least you see the skills and endorsement. I would have wanted to see I would have wanted to see something to do with performance management, grievance handling, conflict management. Those are skills that are in HR. What we was talking about, empathy, it should be here. Customer service, that's good, because I mean HR, we deal with our internal customers. Here should have just put, you can't put Microsoft Excel and you put Microsoft Office, because all of them are one. So that's actually repetition.
So you can just say Microsoft Office
Yeah,
suite.
yes, that's enough, because they all come in one
Hey,
package.
are you saying I can take your job now? Okay, anyway, sorry, continue.
Okay, so then we go next. A recommendation, at least she's gotten a recommendation, which is good. She's detailed. Yeah, this is a very good recommendation. But
Okay.
their app, I think she can really do a lot. Interest, at least she's an Institute of HR, that's good. My call page, if she had showcased herself properly, I can guarantee you my call page is a very big recruitment firm. They could actually reach out to her.
Oh,
this is a very good global jobs network. Again, if she had showcased herself properly, this is also a place that she can actually even be recommended by people. Then she has human resource. She has an interest. Let me see what other interests she has. She follows. This is a very Jack Welch is a very a profound leader in HR and also in the business world, meaning she always her interest, so clearly she knows what ought to be done. It's only that probably by the look of things, now that she knows, she can actually do something about it.
great, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neptune, if you're there and you have a question, please send it in. Anybody else, by the way, if you have a question, not only in regard to this profile, but generally, because we're talking about LinkedIn, and this is the second clinic. Imagine, guys, you guys asked for another clinic, so imagine this is the second one. So please, if you have any other question in terms of clarifying details about your LinkedIn profile or how to optimize your LinkedIn, please reach out. Right now, we are live on YouTube on Let's Create Africa. We are also live on Twitter on Let's Create Africa. We also live on Facebook at Wahiga K Muturi, which is my name. And today, as usual, it seems back by popular demand, this is the third time you're here, Bana. Amazing. We have Eve Mutio, and she's willing and able to take you guys through this. So please, as we go to the second profile, again, please keep looking in, checking in, asking your questions. We'll be willing and able to still tell you what it's about. And also, we leave this because it's already recorded. It's not pre-recorded, but live. It remains here for your use at a different time that you can actually look back and just compare notes. So remember, questions, critiques, comments, we want to hear from you. Hashtag is the future of work. Eve, let's go to the next one without wasting people's time.
Well, I think this one, at least it's okay, but I think a lot can be done. The photo.
I think you haven't clicked it on your side, so we're waiting to see that.
Let me see. I'm still sharing the screen. I don't know why you're not able to see.
You're sharing. It's in a different window.
Let me see. Let me close this one for Neptune. Are you able to see now?
We're waiting. Don't worry, we're waiting.
Thank you. Let me share.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, please send in your questions, comments, critiques. We want to hear from you. How can we improve this? How can we make this better for you? And this is the free sessions. We're doing free sessions before we get into paid sessions, and we'll continue doing this and still leaving a copy for everybody. So we can see it, Eve, now. That's brilliant. But you've clicked on his background profile. Good.
All right. Okay.
Perfect.
So for this one, I think he's done a better job, but there's always room for improvement. He's a data-driven digital marketer. First of all, the photo outside, I think it brings some sort of light. I would not have a problem with the photo, this photo. This one, probably he can put a smile a bit. He's too serious. Remember, it's also a social network. Don't also mind. I think he's too serious. This is now what I was talking about: data-driven digital marketer, growth hacker, copy and content writer. This already, I mean, it will. If I'm looking for someone who's a digital marketer, I can guarantee you probably he can be among the first people. Though time will tell. Let's go to the next one. So as we were talking about, I was saying that wherever you're working, it will always appear here on top. So you don't have to put it here. Yeah, you don't have to put it there.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see about him. Sami Kibe is a certified and experienced digital marketer, copywriter, and a content writer with years of experience working with the digital marketing and business development fields. He has gained experience, skills, knowledge, and network. Sami has a background in commerce that enables him to better understand all the 4 critical departments of business: marketing, human resource, accounting, and finance. Sami has already acquired his Google digital marketing. In fact, I think I actually also like this profile. Even the bio, though, I think he can shorten it a bit.
Just
In
putting
terms,
it a bit.
yes, yeah, he can shorten it a bit. But it at least with this, I'm already impressed on that.
So just to confirm, because we last week we did mine, I remember we did my profile, right?
Yes.
And my profile is a bit longer than this. Are you also saying I should shorten mine? Because when we went through it, it seemed you were okay with it. So I'm wondering what happened today.
What happened to this one?
Yes.
Opinions are allowed to change
Yeah.
anyway. So you see, you're in a different field altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one. However, I think here in my what I think in terms of digital marketing, for me, for this one it's too long, because let's read it and then I'll now show you where I'm coming from.
Okay, that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah. So in commerce, that enables him to better understand all the fractal departments of the business. That's marketing, human resource, accounting. Sami has already acquired his Google Digital Marketing Fundamentals and Award certifications. He's now pursuing a Facebook Blueprint certification and Twitter Flight School certification as well. Sami has experience of web design and development, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, setting up and managing Google, Facebook, and Twitter adverts. All these skills were demonstrated while participating in Global Google Online Marketing Challenge. And when he acted as the digital market at the Nakuru Fashion House, he's seeking a marketing position with a promising. I think I'll take my words back. I'd actually want to see this more. Yeah. Am I allowed to take my words back?
Oh, no, opinions again are your own, so it's okay.
Yeah. So this one I'm allowed to, because now that's what you're told. When I've looked at it, it's bringing out the online aspect of Google and the digital marketing that would even be required for someone who wants to penetrate the digital market.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can even see the followers. If we compare the other one had 169 followers.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the activities. He's actually engaging this person. I think I'll have to accept his request later on.
Mm-hmm.
You see already he's quite engaging, and already even liking this person, you'll be surprised, is already one of his connection. Look at his Strathmore Club. He's an alumni. He's actually he's bringing out the aspect that he's proud to have gone to Strathmore. He's part of. I mean, it. You see, LinkedIn touches in so many areas of your life, your school life. So that's where you have an alumni club, your networks. Yeah. So whatever you're sharing will make you get followers or not. So let's go back. So that wouldn't take so much time.
Yes. That's good.
Experience. Pulse here, he's not said anything. Here he should have said what he's doing and how he's added value. Yeah. So now going back, if probably this was shorter, you all see, because here there's a lot of value add. He could have added here what he's doing in part of the value add that are here, so that he doesn't write so much on top here and he misses content on the current role that he's.
Okay.
Yeah, so it makes sense. So if at all you now put all the content here and you find yourself now where now the roles are, you'll find yourself not having the content. So digital marketer, let me see here, developing and managing digital marketing strategy, managing and maintaining the organization website. How did this add value to the organization? Writing and optimizing content for website and social networking accounts in Facebook. So with rewriting, what has it contributed to the organization in terms of value add? That's what I'm talking about. Tracking and analyzing website traffic flow and provide regular internal reports. That would do what? Would offer insights, so that where do you improve as an organization? Do you need to probably maybe improve your website more so that you have more traffic, and how intentional are you? Yeah. Attaining key performance indicators such as reducing the website bounce rate, increasing dwell time. This should have actually be the past, because now if So already you see now the difference. So this one is attaining key performance indicators such as reducing the website bounce rate, increasing dwell time, or improving the conversation rate. So you see there's a value add here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. So continually working on the search engine optimization of the website. What did that do? So when you do that, so what was the value add? Fixing any errors or bugs on online content. So when you do this, what was happening? Yes.
So,
Arranging.
so let me just repeat also for the sake of everybody who wasn't here. Please remember the STAR technique is your go-to. The STAR technique is your go-to. As I had already mentioned, STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. Use it to also align your profile and describe your career experiences. It will help you so much as you go through your stuff. And Eve will actually come to rating each of these profiles so that we can see how much do they rate in your eyes. But let's continue with Sammy's and see how far we can go with this before ladies and gentlemen, we are actually about to finish today's session. So keep sticking here just as we finish up on this. Good. Let's continue. Sammy is saying, "I am here. I am very here. Taking notes." But he's really happy so far. You sound happy about it. Let's continue.
So you see something different. You see now already he's already intentional in terms of these badges. That's what I'm talking about. You're already proud of where you're currently working. Yeah. Yeah. So as I've mentioned, identify new trends in digital marketing, evaluate and ensure that the brand at the forefront of the industry development so when you identify trends, do you align with them? Do you advise the organization that we need to apply this? So yeah, working
actually,
on
you've said something there that I want to take note of and see how people will handle it. You're saying he's proud of where he works.
Yes.
Does that matter?
That's actually is a compliment. You are an employer brand. You have an identity. Like you are actually proud of where you work for, meaning that you are proud that you are an employer's ambassador. In fact, this is a person who was working for the organization I'm currently, wherever I'm working. I'd actually give her as an ambassador. He's a stakeholder for his organization, which is a good thing.
Does that matter to employers and recruiters?
Yes, it does, because if your company is well known, if for instance, if I see this, if I go here and I'm able to, I'll see whether this company is in our industry. You see, I'll go straight there. It's the industry probably I'm recruit B2B, business to business, as in it's already stands out. It's a mileage for you. It's a mileage, because I mean there's a reason why those tags are there, and I don't, as opposed to when there's nothing and I can't go to that organization because I may probably be looking for someone in this, I don't know this company, let's say, and I want to go and search what they do, and probably I'm recruiting in the same industry and I see they do the same thing. I'll actually call you for an interview. I'd want to know more about you.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So everything matters. So innovation and social entrepreneurship trainee. Let's see here.
Just to clarify, guys, Sammy has not paid us anything, so don't think his recommendation is out of anything. It's actually completely free. Eve didn't know him before this time. I didn't know him. He actually just texted us, just as we requested. Just text us your number also, and then your LinkedIn link. And here we go. Here, as we promised, we are doing 2 reviews, and this is the second one. For those who have just joined, this is just to clarify that we are still on it. And remember, please make your comments and questions and/or recommendations for us. We want to improve this. We want to make it better for you. We want to make it easier for all of you to actually explore opportunities for job creation and even being part of the job market. Sorry, Eve, for that. I just needed to make a disclaimer on that.
No problem. It's good you've made that disclaimer. Yes. So Emax, let's see. yes, as I said, he's there. The badge is actually very clear. Now here, IMAX is a national event for some world's leading young entrepreneurs, leaders, innovators each year. The event strengthens the participants' self-esteem and attitudes towards social entrepreneurship and enterprise. It also promotes company development and leadership. Through IMAX, I have gained, this is now what I was looking for. I have gained a broad network of contacts, insight into massive opportunities available in the social entrepreneur industry. And lastly, but not most importantly, the willingness and courage to dare to invest in what I'm passionate about. This is good. This is actually very good.
Okay, that's another mark.
So here, let me see, what is this? Sami Kibe. I don't think this is relevant for me because already you've stated. It's just like I'd not advise him to put this because already he stated that he has it. In an instance where he's called probably for an interview or and asked for, he can actually take this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's relevant. So digital marketing, and this guy actually is quite good. Anyway, course relevant skills, business skills. That's what the profile shows about the skills. We actually have to interview him, but he's managed to profile himself properly.
Enough to get your attention.
Yes, enough to get my attention to an extent. If I was headhunting, I would actually really reach out to him.
Oh, good. Sorry about that. Sorry for the rude interruption. Just to make it clear for everybody, attention is key in this relationship. It's part of branding, guys. I mean, people are too busy in the world generally, and this is even minus recruitment and all. In the world, everybody is busy, but if you can get their attention, that's branding, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, there is good branding and bad branding.
Yes.
Even socialites have both good and bad branding, and it depends on where you want to be on that scale. So question is, how do you want to brand yourself? But better yet is, how can you get people's attention? What are you throwing out there for people to see and know about you or what you do? Because that matters a lot. So branding is key. So Neptune actually is saying, I am here, and I hope she's listened to her part also. Thank you for joining us, Neptune, and actually just commenting and saying you're here. So we may continue with Sammy's LinkedIn.
So course relevant skill, business skill, and interview skill, target market analysis, marketing, social media, search engine optimization, and accomplishments. Learned and understood target market analysis, its importance, and how to analyze a company's target market. This is good. Research and analyze the target market for deserts anywhere. This is Message Lab and Pink's King. Came up with an in-depth digital marketing plan for deserts. Is it deserts? Anyone? Message Lab and Pink, and this one, if I was him, it would actually come here on top.
Okay.
Because it has more weight.
Okay.
So the relevant skills, research. So these skills, I'll actually advise him, these skills should be somewhere. There should be a place on skills, here on top. There's somewhere when he goes to his profile, he can add skills whereby they can actually come and they are all showcased down here. Or yes, he has more skills. So this is where he needs to optimize and make sure that, because the beauty about having your skills here, you can have people who worked with you endorsing you. As you can see, he's been endorsed by 2 people.
Is that important?
It's important. It's very, very important.
Noted.
Yeah. This Sami Kibe is quite a talent. He even have business developer who are actually. This is already. This is actually very good. In fact, I'd want to see what this lady has said about her. She's a business developer and lead researcher, and she's someone who's. I mean, she's worked with various organizations that are quite profound. So I'd also go and see who's the person who's endorsed her. So she's really done well in his LinkedIn profile. You see, even the badges, what I'm talking about, it's good to put a badge of the school you're in. Here again, you see, this is what I'm talking about. The badges ought to be there. Cisco, if I was in his shoes and actually networking academy, this is something I'd actually put somewhere here on the licenses. So he's actually put it. I don't see why he should repeat it here. I'd actually, it's more visible when it's here. Then now he needs to remove this because that's repetition. Then high school, I'd not really put that, because if I'm a recruiter and I know you went to, you've done a bachelor's of commerce and you have from Strathmore University, cognitive ability should tell me that you went through high school. So I wouldn't see the point of putting your high school there.
Cognitive ability. Please tell us first, what is that? You've used such a big word for us simple human beings.
Yeah, so that's common sense.
Okay.
Yes.
So you actually just name dropped for us, eh?
Yes, so I think we are done with that. He has licenses, volunteer. Again, he needs to talk about the volunteer. What was the volunteer experience like? Because you've already started to give us a story. Now I really want to go on whether he's done anything on let me see. He's a digital marketer. I'll want to see whether he has done anything in terms of article. Let me see the activity that he is here, because let me see whether he has any articles he's done. He's not done an article, yet he's very rich in experience. He has such a very rich experience. He needs to tell us, he needs to start giving a story to an extent, especially right now we're in a digital world. What does that mean in terms of a marketer? What has been his experiences? This is where now he needs to start telling stories.
He can actually take advantage of that.
Yes, he can really take advantage of that, because he has so much rich experience that he can come and tell us, I mean, what was the experience? What have you learned? What is your blue ocean strategy in terms, because your blue ocean strategy is something that you know that others don't know. So come in, give an article, give a story that will make you stand out, and be very, very intentional, because you are now a marketer.
Interesting.
Yeah, let me see.
Sammy, I hope you can hear this, because man, this is really for you. This is really for you.
Yeah.
Neptune actually has given a comment. She's like, unfortunately, she joined late. She tried to join exactly at 5, but we were not live by then. Can you please repeat? Sorry, Neptune. Yes, we are sorry about that. We actually had a technical issue. Just to clarify for those who are there. So majority of the people who came by 5:15, because we were on by then. But either way, Neptune, don't you worry, because all this content is already here. It's not going anywhere, so don't worry. It's all here. So after we are done, you can actually rewind and just see where you missed out from. Or even if you want to hear more, you can also reach out to us, just as we had told you. But you're saying you're following, and we're happy about that. So it's okay. Sammy also is getting back to us. He's saying, I haven't made an article yet, but I've crafted posts. So I think, Sammy, what Eve is trying to make clearer is, yes, it's good you're doing posts, and she's happy, very happy about that. But if you add what's it called? If you add articles, it actually makes you an authority, because you're now trying to raise the bar. Everybody's doing a post. So if you're doing a post like everybody else, you're part of the milieu of everybody. But now you start putting a post, an article, you now you raise that level. Sorry, I'm about to get spiritual. But anyway, that was not the point. But you raise the standard of your craft. You actually now show, I know what I'm talking about, and to make myself a niche, I am raising the bar, because not everybody will do an article. Actually, people don't enjoy doing articles, and it's not because they actually don't have content. It's just because they don't put time to it. Imagine.
Mm,
I must admit, even for myself, some of the articles I've done are because I have a ghostwriter. I invest a bit and just look for a ghostwriter to compress everything I've actually talked about, including newspapers. Newspapers, when I get interview, I take those articles and copy paste them and give credit to whoever did that. And
mm.
that article, that's not even as a post, as an article, because I need, even for myself, I try to raise the bar, and that's part, again, ladies and gentlemen, of branding. So Eve, as we are about to come to an end of this show, have you finished
Mm.
on Sammy's?
Yeah, so as she has said, she's posting a lot. I have that's still fine, but now be authentic and do something. I've not seen any article that has been done by someone in digital marketing. You can actually do it. You have 6,000 followers. You can do it. I remember there's a time I did a first article. It had only 200 views, I think. Then I did another one. I did another one at 3 minutes. It had over 2,000 views. In fact, like you'll find yourself because there's something you have that you can write about that you've seen someone else has not seen.
Amazing, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing,
Yes,
amazing.
and yeah, so let me see. Post, you're very active. Documents, I would not want to so much dwell on that. Let me see. This is good. So in fact, even these documents, when you have, like for instance, when there's an event that you think would add mileage for you, you continue posting it. So, but I'd actually want to challenge you to start doing an article because you have the content
You
and
have content.
you have the content.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Have you finished with Sammy's?
Yes, I have. I can now stop
Brilliant.
sharing the screen.
Oh, yes, by all means, by all means. We can even do it from our end, but even minus that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good time to continue asking your questions, to continue commenting, to continue making a critique. Also, we are open to actually be told how to improve. We really want to know. We really need to hear from you also how we can improve and bring you more content. But minus more content, we want to bring you quality content. So yeah, I think now is drum rolls. Eve, please rate out of 10 Neptunes, and then we can rate also Sammy's.
Out of 10, and I'm a very generous person who can give a good. So out of Sammy, I'll give him 7.5 because I really believe he has the potential. He has the potential. I'll 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 teach you. I'll give a phrase that my boss keeps on saying is that you have to be uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So I have to give you that tough feedback because I know you have the capability of doing an article and even doing better to raise the bar at your level because you have the skills. Even when I look at you, you have a lot to offer to the market. You have no idea.
Okay.
Then for Neptune, I think I'll give you a 4.5. That's actually a 4 because it's below average. From the photo, you need to take a professional photo that will speak to people, to your audience.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was also there. In fact, my first LinkedIn profile, I think I look at it and I'm like, what was this? Yeah.
That's why we don't talk about it much.
Yes, like I had to get that tough feedback. And
Okay.
as I said, feedback is what makes us grow.
Okay.
A 4 out of 5. That LinkedIn needs to be improved because you have the skills, especially that are needed. With the current COVID-19 crisis, we've had employment, that we have had organizations that have been involved in change management that probably they don't know even they don't have the expertise in terms of industrial relations that you can actually offer them from your criminal justice perspective. You've learned something about industrial law that can actually add value to the organization. You are not showcasing your skills. Move away from being a doer to a value add. That's what you need to be. That's what your LinkedIn is portraying, and you need to move away from that.
Oh, great. Great. I see a question from Sami Thiongo is asking, how do we reach out to the recruiters? Sami, don't worry. I can give you Eve's number with her permission or email, just as we did for Neptune also, who we helped her with Jane's number and email. And they've been discussing, which has been a good thing. So I think maybe your last words to both of them. And Sammy is actually saying thank you for the kind words. a
Mm,
seven, a 7.5 is amazing. I'm so grateful. We'll surely do better. And just to clarify, both of you have actually done better. And the first thing you've done better is by reaching out to improve yourselves. That's
mm,
that's
yeah,
commendable.
absolutely.
I
Mm,
mean that you've actually let your LinkedIn profile out to the world by just doing this is absolutely commendable. By answering the call, taking the challenge to improve yourselves, that's commendable for both of you. So for both Neptune and Sammy, I have much respect for all of you, and kudos for even trying to improve yourselves. So please remember using the STAR technique, your profile pictures, and also the words that have been given to you. Neptune also says, thanks, Eve. I will definitely style up. I appreciate so much. No worries, Neptune. We are all here to improve. I mean, she also dissed my LinkedIn profile, but hey, no hard feelings. I learned
because
what yes, I just learned what I needed to improve. And funny thing is, even with starting these sessions, I've received wow, I've received too many too many recruiters have reached out to me and actually asked me for interviews for different jobs, which has been amazing. I must admit, ladies and gentlemen,
mm,
it's really been amazing, and that's considering that I've never applied for a job in a while. You know, in a while. But now, when I got to the job market during this COVID-19 days, I realized when I was starting, I had nothing, not nothing to offer, but nothing to actually get people's attention. And when I put some work into it, all of a sudden, a few people reach out to me, and that's minus even sending a CV. A few people reached out to me, and that's why I want to do this and want to share this with everybody. The future of work, as we've said before, is where we explore we explore opportunities for job creation, and I want all of us to succeed. If you guys succeed, then I succeed. It's not even my fault. It will just happen. You know, it will
mm.
just happen. But we're here for you. We'll be having more interviews, more sessions, both paid and free sessions, and I want you, all of you, to take advantage of it. Eve, as we wrap up, do you have any last words? Well, at least today we're wrapping up in time.
It's yeah, that's fine. I'll keep on saying that, and I'll always stand with the fact that we grow when we accept feedback, because feedback is given to people who are, who are willing to take the step to move from one level to another. And I'm really proud of you, Neptune and Sammy, for sharing your LinkedIn profiles. And now that you know, it's important to move to actually remember that's your digital footprint. I keep on saying LinkedIn is a very, 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 very crucial tool to showcase yourself in terms of branding, to look for new opportunities, to play around with your skills. Yeah. And it's where you're not being stopped by anybody to write what you want. But remember, whatever you are writing, who are you communicating to? So that's all for me, Wahiga. Let's leverage on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a tool that has all the people that matter in the business world, and your life can change overnight from LinkedIn. And I remember that from my friend who she used to do just one article, two articles. That second article, that the donor, that organization came looking for her because they were actually wondering how do we penetrate this. And because she had a passion and even wrote about how to carry out an assessment on that project, she got funding, and right now she's running her own organization.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've closed today with 45 members. Oh, we are picking. That's really interesting. And that's people on the live. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you for so many comments that you've put in. We can't address them all today because of time, but we're thankful that you guys joined us. Eve, asante sana. I don't know what to say even about the time that you've put into this. I mean, it's really amazing and really awesome that you've given yourself unto this. Sammy and Neptune, thank you so much for also being part of this. At least it wasn't a test. It was just us working together to just improve each other and help each other succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of work where we explore opportunities for job creation. It's been a pleasure hosting you all. My name is Ohiga Kemuturi, and I was hosting Eve Mutio. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.